say, man, I don't know her. She's too quiet.
What up, though? It's your girl, She's Too Quiet, and welcome back to the She's Too Quiet podcast. She's Too Quiet is all about remembering your voice matters. Although you're quiet, people are actually interested in you. They want to know where you like to go, what you like, and what you don't like. Keep talking, your voice matters. On today's episode, we're kind of going to be talking about something that's been on my heart the last couple of days. I went to Bible study on Wednesday, and the thing that touched me was the fact that God confirmed a few things in my life during this Bible class and then afterwards. So there's this artist named Elmiene. I don't know if you heard of him, but he has a few songs on Instagram and stuff. And I like his vibe. I heard he had an EP out, right? So I was like, okay, let me go check the EP out. The EP is called Marking My Time. And I was like, whoa, that's a great title. Let me go ahead and get into it. So in this EP, he is literally reading me. Like, each song literally reads me from top to bottom. Now I'm like, oh, my heart. And you know me, I'd be emotional, man. I don't know. So each song just like tugged on my heart, and then thinking about the Bible class and how that connected too, because I was actually reading about Hannah and Peninnah prior to the Bible class, and then they brought them up in the Bible class. And so I've just received so much confirmation, and I thought I would share with you guys kind of what has been on my mind the last couple of days. So I have been feeling like I have been marking my time, like, and for those that don't know, marking time is kind of like it's where you're pretty much standing in the same spot and you're not moving forward. I've been feeling like I've been marking time in a specific area in my life. I'm thankful to God that other areas in my life have been going well. I've been growing, I've been flourishing. I have had a lot of motion in certain areas. But this particular area, I feel like I have literally been marking time. I was just thinking, like, Lord, how come I'm still here in this particular area? Like, how come there's no movement here? I mean, I've been doing what you're asking me to do. I've been faithful. I've been trying to be the best person I can be. And right now, at this point, I'm starting to grow weary and well doing. And in those times, you want to find things to soothe yourself, right? You want to do things that may not be of God in order to kind of pacify the situation. And in order for us to steer clear of that, you have to go to God and talk to him and address your concerns with him so that he can give you the revelation that you need without going to, take matters into your own hands to either push things further along or self-soothe yourself in ways that are unhealthy. One of the things that was brought up in Bible class that I thought was so powerful was the fact that there may be some prayers that we're missing. And so in this EP, there's a specific track called Marking My Time. And he says in the song, send me the prayer that I'm missing. And I was like, whoa, I'm trying not to get emotional. But that was mentioned too in Bible class. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder how many prayers I'm missing. And God's been kind of dealing with me on waking up to pray. And I just don't like to wake up. So I'm like, oh my gosh. could that be causing me to mark time? It's just a realization that although things are hard, God is still with you. You just have to be receptive and in the right places at the right time to receive what He has for you. Whew, let me put myself together. Sorry about that, guys. So in Bible class, they were also talking about pruning in Hannah and Peninnah. And so pruning, let's talk about that for a little bit. Pruning is all about cutting branches from a tree so that it can bear more fruit, so it can be more fruitful. And this process is kind of dramatic when you think about it. It's like surgery for the tree. Like it's literally things are getting cut off. You have to use different tools. There's certain times that you have to prune, and you have to prune regularly, right? And this is true in our lives. We have to prune regularly. We have to cut some things out of our lives that may be causing us not to grow. There may be some diseased limbs. There may be some diseased branches in our lives that are taking from, our fruitfulness. So we may have to cut those branches off. They showed a video too, and there's different branches that grow in different directions, right? And so if there's a branch growing in a direction on the tree that it's not supposed to grow in, it can stop the tree from growing. It can break limbs if you have like cross directional branches. I'm like, whoa, who knew it was all that? So there may be some things in our lives that are just getting in our way, and we have to prune. We have to cut those things off. So I'm like, Lord, I've been pruning. I've been pruning for the last couple of years, trying to get things out of my life that I know is stopping me from growing. And I'm like, still, how come I am not where I desire to be right now? And the truth of the matter is that there are probably some prayers that I haven't prayed. There's probably some prayers that I'm missing, and that has to do with my obedience. You should be getting up to pray when you wake up, and that's the first thing you think about. And for me to do that and still lay there is like, wow. And so I think this was just a really heavy hitter for me, that I need to be obedient, because I may be missing the prayers that I need to pray because I'm being disobedient. And I'm not giving God the adequate time that He needs to download things to me and for me to come to Him with the issues of my heart. If I'm not allowing Him time to do that, or allowing myself time to do that, of course I'm marking time. Of course there's no movement in a specific area, because I can't get to that prayer that I'm supposed to pray. So that really blew me. And the story of Hannah and Peninnah, they are they're wives to this one guy, Elmiene. And Peninnah used to tease Hannah because Hannah couldn't have any kids, and Peninnah had some kids. And back in that time, it was a stigma for women to not have children. And so Hannah went to go cry out to the Lord about her issue. And she prayed something that she probably has never prayed before. She told the Lord, if you give me a child, I will give the child back to you. And in that prayer, that's what unlocked her situation. That's what unlocked the door for God to actually move on her behalf and change her circumstance. Time passes. She ends up having a baby, and she does just what she said she was going to do. So God did what He said, and now she did what she said she was going to do. And she allowed the child to go be with the priest, and he was pretty much raised in the house of God. And back in that time, you had to wait till the child was able to be weaned from the mother. And she would go back and visit the child, but she kept her word, and the child was raised in the house of God. And God actually blessed her even more, so she had more kids after that first child she had. So I do just want to encourage you guys to keep your eyes on the Lord. I know things get hard sometimes. We don't understand. You may be a person that's struggling right now, trying to figure out, like, do I still want to run this race with the Lord? And I'm stressed. I need some sort of relief. Maybe you're thinking about drinking, maybe you're thinking about smoking, maybe you're thinking about suicide, just ending it all. Hang in there. The Lord is still with you. There will be many afflictions that come upon the righteous, but God will deliver us from them all. We just have to stay steadfast and believe that God will help you in whatever situation you're in. So trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge God and He will direct your path. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I apologize for getting emotional, but yeah, God is just good despite, whatever we're going through. Despite our present emotions, God is still good. He still loves us. So please comment, like, and subscribe if you love this podcast as much as I do. Thank you for listening. If you're interested in seeding into the She's Too Quiet podcast, feel free to give via Cash App using the handle $ She's Too Quiet. Be easy, love God, love people. Until next time, deuces.